Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Sports Talk. Hey, that's my helicopter you're hearing up there. But anyway, man, this is a sports channel, so the only reason I'm talking about Nas, it has to do with sports, and other than that, I wouldn't have done that. But he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. And talking to Nas, the reason he's not responding to Jim Jones is only known not everywhere in the U.S. Some part of the U.S. Maybe Brooklyn, maybe Miami, maybe. If Jim Jones walking down the street, they wouldn't even know who he is. He was just an old thug, an old hood Negro, whatever. That's irrelevant, man. Anyway, yeah, talking to Nas said I'm not wasting my time to respond to Jim Jones. Who's that? Nas is a global icon. He's known everywhere. You go anywhere in Africa, anywhere that they know who Nas is. If you could be in Africa or anywhere in Haiti, say play Jim Jones, they wouldn't even. They would probably think the old drug dealer Jim Jones. But anyway, Nas right now is bringing a lot of. He's working with his firm. They betting big, in Queens, to build not just not just an arena, casino, all businesses over there, but he's part of the group with Magic Johnson to purchase the New York Knicks, and that's a big thing for New York, and he's working, trying to bring, and trying to yes, Madison Square Garden is big in New York, but Nas is working with Magic Johnson and to put a $5 billion together to they already done that to build to have a casino in New York and Queens, right? To have a casino in Queens, New York, but investing and a lot of money to make sure that he's part of the ownership of the New York Knicks, which was to make sure that the Knicks that also that group create jobs in Queensbridge for his people in Queens, man, and that's a blessing. That's a beautiful thing for all those people out there, man. And this is not a fake background, by the way. It might look fake to you guys, but this is not fake. So this is real. Let me see what I can find to throw out there to make sure that it's real. So you know what I mean. You see this right here. This is well, you see it anyway. But anyway, they're perfect. One of the kids tennis rack. So let me throw it back there so you can see that this is not a fake background. So some mosquitoes hit me up too. I spray, but still, when you're in the woods, what do you expect, man? But anyway, like I said, to have a global icon like Nas, making sure that not only to bring a casino, to bring so many activities, so many stuff for people in Queens for people who need job to bring job to Queens, but to be part of the group to purchase the Knicks from the Dolans, it's gonna be a great thing, man. But talking to Nas, I said, Nas, man, you should say something to Jim Zone. He said, well, I'm not gonna waste my time with peasants. He called Jim Zone a peasant. He said, listen, man, when you can go to Greece, right? When you go to Macedonia, right? And then say, hey, at a bar, say, hey, can you play a Nas? And I say, oh, sure. Which one you looking at? Which album? They're not saying which record. They're saying which album, man. You know what I mean? People don't know Illmatic, all this stuff. Hey, they're saying, hey, which album you want us to take from? You know what I mean? And I told a friend of mine, I said, hey, man, play Jim Jones. They said, who? They said, I didn't know that the drug dealer had made music. And I laughed, man. It says a lot, man. Anyway, man, sports talk, like, subscribe, and shit, man. I know it's an amazing thing. Hey, shout out to LeBron James for picking up his $52 million, and he was going to give the Lakers a discount, but then, of course, you know, to Lakers sold, for $10 billion, which is the highest sell in any in sports and entertainment. So to be able to do that, he said, "Wait a minute, I'm not gonna do that." People are upset saying, well, LeBron should give a discount. So you saying, when I read these comments, to look at the idiots who say, "Hey, he should give a discount for the team to bring in other stuff." Now, the team can bring in other talent. You saw a perfect example. The Phoenix Suns, they were able to. They had Kevin Durant. they had Bradley Bill, coming in, to play out there. So the money, the money, the money was there. So they could go over the luxury tax to pay that. They choose to not do it. So why, as a player, as an employee, you want LeBron James, who's an employee? Yeah, he's a billionaire. People saying in the comments he's a billionaire. He should give a discount. Let me ask you something. You at your job right now. You at your job right now. Why don't you go to the job right now? You say, hey, you paying me $15 an hour. You paying me $20 an hour. I want to take it. I want to give you a discount. Pay me 10. Why don't you do that? Are you gonna do that? So because he's a billionaire, he should give a team who was purchased for $10 billion, the highest paid team, the highest purchase. So he should go give a discount for them to bring it out. Come on, man. It's like So you guys are not making sense. That's not how it will go. He was going to do that, but when you sell a team for $10 billion, and this guy's going in, year 23. You need cold water, man. It's not hot, but you're in the woods. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna go all the way back there, go for a walk. Usually I have my tea, but today I said let me bring bring my water. You're gonna hear a lot of helicopters go flying around. It's okay, they're all mine. And then you hear the lawnmower going on. You can't mow this stuff on your own, man. Somebody's got to do it. But anyway, for you guys saying, hey, he should give this, he should give that, you need to relax. And then for you idiots attacking Bronny James right now, he's training with his dad, the first off season together, training together. The kid gonna be all right. All right, the kid gonna be all right. Remember, a lot of team, they had SGA, right? The Clippers had SGA. You had Tyrese Halliburton. They trade them to where they are now, to Indiana and OKC, and look at what they're doing, right? So for you guys who's quick to want to give up on Bronny James, you need to to cool off, man. Focus on the job you're doing right now. You can't even do that well. You know what I mean? You couldn't even do that well, man. The kid he's living out his dream. All right, he's living out his dream, being an NBA. So all you guys talking about this, talking about that, you need to relax. So let him be who he is. And it's funny, you see Stephen A. Smith, who talks trash so much about LeBron James because LeBron don't give a crap about him. If somebody would have talked about his daughter, I wonder how he would act on that. But anyway, man, as a father, it's not. I'm not gonna waste my time. Anyway, man, sports talk. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace out.